Jerry Seinfeld's going old school in his new stand-up show. Starcade's back in the news with the marathon, and the Jetsons is being rebooted. We've got all that in a bag of chips coming up. What up to my peoples? Welcome back to Retro Crunch, your nostalgia news show that is all about current pop culture, movies, music, and games that relates to all things 70s, 80s, and 90s. First off today, we're going to start with some entertainment news. Jerry Seinfeld just announced that he is going to be doing a new Netflix special that will debut on September 19th. The hour-long set is called Jerry Before Seinfeld, and it will feature jokes and stories from his comedic life before he became a huge star. It will rehash old material that put him on the map at the start of his career and will also show lots of footage of him from his childhood. I've watched some of his old stand-up specials and they are hilarious. I am a little bit surprised he went the direction with the show though, because it's been 20 years since I've seen a stand-up special from Jerry. I do like this concept of bringing back his old school act though, and think it's a good way for him to reintroduce himself to the younger generations that may not know him. Just hope the younger generations think his act is still relevant, because this could be a huge gamble for the 63-year-old. Then, onto retro gaming news. So if you're an old school gamer, you've probably already heard of Starrcade. And if you haven't, then you should take some time to learn about it. Starting on August 28th at 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 123 episodes from the original video arcade show from 1982 will be airing back to back on Shout Factory's Twitch TV channel for 6 days. And why should I watch some old ass game show about arcade games, you may be asking? Because the show is awesome. And this is a great opportunity to see what it's all about since the reboot is just around the corner. Also, guest host Erica Ishii from the show Geek and Sundry will be introducing the episodes and doing commentary. The stream is Shout Factory's way to advertise the upcoming Starrcade Reboot, which Shout Factory has been tight-lipped about so far, but it probably won't be long before we hear news on when the show will air. Also, the SNES went on sale for pre-orders on Tuesday just after midnight, and it was a cluster. Not only did most of the stores open up pre-order sales just after midnight, but by morning time, they were all sold out. I have heard though that periodically you can catch it available on maybe Amazon and Target, but that's still going to be a shot in the dark. Next, let's talk about retro TV and movie stuff. For those that love the show Halt and Catch Fire, this season may really hit home for all that really remember the beginning of the internet age. This fourth and final season, which just started last week, will spawn some nostalgia from the early days of the internet, and it's already kicking off with a bang. If you're not already watching this show, I highly recommend it. It's a really fun show that gives you a glimpse into how the computer boom happened, and you can catch it Tuesday nights on AMC. Then, Variety.com just put out news that the Jetsons is coming back as a live-action reboot, with ABC just putting in an order for a pilot episode to be made. There's been no word on a cast yet, but it looks like it may have Robert Zemeckis as executive producer, so that's a really good start. If the pilot episode does well with the networks, it could get picked up as a new series, so here's hoping that it doesn't bomb. And next, we're going to change gears for just a minute. As a kid, I grew up watching really old comedy movies like The Nutty Professor, Cinderfella, The Bellboy, and The Patsy. All of these, legendary actor and comedian Jerry Lewis starred in. Well, Jerry Lewis died Sunday, August 20th, and he was 91 years old. Jerry Lewis was a comedian that anyone around from the late 1950s to the 80s knew well, and he was as memorable for his comedy and films as he was for his deep dedication to the muscular dystrophy telethons, which he hosted from 1966 to 2010 and raised more than $1 billion for their cause. Mr. Lewis was truly a great human being and a wonderful man in the eyes of so many people. He will really be missed. And here's a quote that I'll leave you with from him. "I don't want to be remembered. I want the nice words when I can hear them." I hope you hear them often, Mr. Lewis. Farewell. So that's where we're ending today's show. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all the current nostalgia news every week. And just as an update on the channel, we're going to have a regular schedule for putting out the weekly news videos. Finally, right? So tune in each Thursday for the newest episodes. Also in the coming months, we will be introducing a new video series that will be coming out every Sunday. So you retro heads will start seeing 2 videos every week starting in October. It's going to be totally awesome. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.